packing for a 14-day cruise, which means this is the perfect time to bring you the ultimate packing list for your cruise too. I do way too much over preparing and research, so I am positive there's gonna be something in this video for you to add to your packing list. Let's get into it. So this is our travel tote. We use this kind of year round. It lives in our garage and we keep all of our travel necessities in it. We know for sure on this trip we're taking the backpack.
Of course, we're gonna be taking the compact travel cubes. Compact. You have to get the compact ones. There's a couple different kinds you can get from Amazon, but these are a game changer, baby.
The other necessity we're taking on this trip, and the last one we're grabbing out of this tote, travel toiletry bag. This is so nice to just hang on the back of your door in your cabin. It comes in so handy. Then you don't need to like unpack and put all of your toiletries on like the limited counter space. Yeah. This is the move. Those are the move. Let's get moving. We're starting it off hot with the clothing. I think this is the most fun part to pick for your trip. So pick all of your cute outfits, your shirts, your shorts. Make sure you have enough undies, enough socks, all that stuff. You already know how to pack regularly. Of course, for a cruise, you also want to bring a bathing suit. I recommend bringing multiple. If you only have one, you need to keep re-wearing it. And I hate putting on like a cold, wet bathing suit. So I like to kind of alternate between the days. I also recommend bringing all of your extra fancy clothes. So for Virgin, we're bringing PJs and we're bringing red for Scarlet night. But if you're cruising on another cruise line, you might have formal night, semi-formal night, maybe even pirate night. So look at your itinerary, see what nights you have scheduled. Make sure you bring an outfit for it. It's not mandatory, but it is a lot of fun. And lastly, I want to make sure that you're aware of the laundry service. I do not want to pack for 14 days without the possibility of washing my clothes. What I'm gonna do is pack for 8 days, wash my clothes, and then wear them again. And that is just such a nice option to have. On Virgin, honestly, the laundry is like kind of good pricing, I think. Check that ahead of time for your cruise to see if it's worth using. Usually if it's like a 7-day cruise, I'll just pack everything that I need. But when it gets longer, it's a good option to have. One other thing I might recommend is planning out your outfits. For me, I picked 4 bottoms and then I put different tops with them to see how many different outfits I could create with the same pieces of clothing. That'll save you a bit of space. It's not necessary, but that combined with the compact packing cubes, and you might be able to get away with just carry-ons. Now that we know all about that, I think we're ready to move on to toiletries.
Now we're getting to the toiletry section, and of course you're gonna be bringing your usuals, right? Face wash, hairbrush, toothbrush, toothpaste. Keep in mind though, cruise lines should have shampoo, conditioner, and body wash on hand. Kassidy likes to bring her own still, but I can pretty much get away with any shampoo or conditioner. Also, do not forget to bring your aloe vera and sunscreen. We made this mistake on our last cruise and I definitely paid the price. I was so red and peeled like crazy, so please just take care of yourself and take care of your skin. And speaking of taking care of your skin, I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the, oh, this? This is the mini shaver from Use. Ooh, This is an absolute essential for my travels these days. I was always complaining about needing a more compact shaver that I could count on, and for my birthday, Kassidy surprised me with the gift that keeps on giving, baby. Made from alloy, the mini shaver has a 30-day long-lasting battery, charges via USB-C, and is IPX7 waterproof, so you never have to worry about the conditions in which you're shaving, and you can wash it off with no problem, nice and easy. One of my favorite features is gonna be the travel lock, actually. It provides great peace of mind knowing it won't turn on in my bag or going through security, because we all know how awkward that can get. Not to mention, it comes with this sick leather travel case. I love this thing. This is a must-have for any avid traveler. Put it on your wish list, but if no one else gets it for you, treat yourself and thank me later. Thank you so much to Use for sponsoring this video. Let's get back into it.
Welcome to the shoe closet. Don't judge it, it's a little bit messy, but this is where we save the most room in our suitcases because we're very, very minimal. If you wanna go crazy and wear a different pair of shoes every day, go ahead, but you're probably gonna need to check an extra bag. So we keep it to about 3 pairs of shoes maximum, that's our personal limit. We always wear a pair of tennis shoes for the actual travel. And then I'm also gonna bring a pair of flip-flops or Tevas for like the beach, just like casual wear around the ship. And then I think I'm gonna bring something like this to wear with my nicer outfits. They're gonna fit in the suitcase really easily. Can dress them up, can dress them down. I know a lot of people like to bring their heels and things like that on the cruise. feel free, but I would just say like think really versatily, right? You want to be able to wear them multiple times. So if there's a pair of shoes I'm only going to wear with one outfit, I'm just not going to bring it. I think we're good though on everything that we're wearing. So let's get into some accessories.
Now we're to the accessory portion, right? This is the fun stuff, kind of. Obviously, you can't forget the chargers, right? That's a necessity. Sunglasses, any jewelry, those kind of accessories you might need. But the things that are really gonna be important for us specifically, one is always gonna be a laundry bag. We take this on every trip. I don't really know what you're supposed to do without one because it's a really good way to stay organized and keep your dirties from your cleans. Another no-brainer item these days is gonna be an air tag. It's gonna help you keep track of your luggage, and it actually saved us when we were in London when our bag didn't make it on our flight. We were at the airport and able to track it. It was super cool. Then lastly, things that we're bringing that aren't like super crucial, we're gonna be bringing some protein powder because we're getting swole in the gym right now, but you know, who knows? Next up is gonna be a waterproof lanyard. Super cool to put your phone in there, dunk it underwater, get some really cool underwater shots. Then lastly, something really popular is door decor. We were thinking about doing some magnets and we ended up just printing out some stuff instead, but this is a really fun way to kind of customize your door and let people know, you know, who's staying in that room.
The last thing we really have to think about packing is my personal item for the flight. This backpack is so helpful. I feel like I have this down to an exact science on how I pack this. This one has a spot for my shoes so I can throw my flip-flops in there, and it has so many different pockets. So right in the back pocket, we're throwing my MacBook in there. I do a lot of editing on our flights. In this next pocket, we are going to take my travel purse, which is the purse I'll be using on this trip, and roll it up and put it in here. This purse is really, really nice for travel. I got both of these off of Amazon, but this has travel locks on it so nobody can get into your compartments. It also has a spot for a water bottle. So I roll this up, and then when I get to my destination, I use this as my bag. On top of this, I'm gonna put some toiletries just to pull them out at TSA. If you're checking a bag, throw them in the check bag. Don't worry about them in here, but bring an extra face wash. You never know what's gonna happen to your checked bag. So put in here an extra pair of undies, an extra pair of socks, and an extra thing of face wash. Trust me. And then on top of that, I'll put my headphones. I use the over-the-ear headphones because I use pressure things in my ears. And right in the front, I have two pockets here for our travel extras. These things I never go on a flight without. Some people might say it's extra. I think it's so important. I'm gonna rapid fire everything I'm bringing in these pockets. Number one, your cleanly things. You've got your hand sanitizer. You've got your wipes for the plane. They don't have a lot of time to clean the plane between people. I will get sick on a flight if I don't just wipe down my area. It takes 2 seconds. Super worth bringing. Then for the pressure, we've got gum for your takeoff and landing, and we've got these little ear pressure guys. These aren't my favorite brand to use, but they go in your ear. So when you're taking off and when you're landing, your pressure in your head doesn't change. I would highly recommend this if you ever have a problem on flights. Then we've got the Tide stick, we've got the Kleenex, just good things to have in your bag at all times. Honestly, you never know when you're gonna need these. I'm just throwing in a travel umbrella because we never know what the weather's gonna be like. This is also off of Amazon. It's just a teeny tiny little umbrella in here, and then it expands to be like the regular size. Now these are the 3 things that are not necessary, but if you really want to be extra like me, I think they've been pretty helpful. We've got compression socks. If your flight is longer than, I don't know what the science is, but usually if my flight's longer than like 8 hours, I will wear these on the flight. We are flying from Barcelona at the end, so I will be using these on our 12-hour travel day. Then we've got the travel pillow. I have tried and tested quite a few. James and I have different opinions on which pillow we like, but I like something that's a little firm that will actually like hold my head up. So to each their own. And then probably the most controversial thing that we will bring if it is like a 12-hour flight is a little donut for your seat. And I just feel like so many people are gonna judge this, but I promise you, if you take this with you, it comes in so handy. So the personal item is a backpack. The carry-on is a little suitcase. We put this right over the like handle for our suitcase. Super nonchalant, doesn't really draw attention. Yeah, will somebody see this and think I might have hemorrhoids? Maybe. Or they'll see it and go, that girl is a genius. This is just really nice because in those airplane seats, your butt starts hurting, and your butt starts hurting at like hour 4. So I like to alternate between this and the regular seat. Sometimes we'll just bring one between the two of us and we'll switch off, but I'm not joking. This is a great travel hack. Don't knock it till you try it. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you my most important thing to throw in your backpack, snacks. There's never enough snacks anywhere, really. If we're being honest, there's never enough snacks anywhere. So you bring your own. I'll usually bring like meat sticks, rice cakes, protein bars, things that are genuinely fueling for me. And I never worry about bringing too many, honestly, because they can last throughout the whole entire trip. On a cruise, you probably won't need snacks. They'll have you covered. But all of the travel around the cruise, at the ports, all of those things, I want to be prepared. So we've officially packed up all of the fun stuff for this trip, but there are some responsibilities you're really going to have to think about. And in this relationship, James is the responsible one, and I don't want to forget to tell you something super important. So he's going to let you know all of the important documents that you will have to have for this trip.
This is important, y'all. We're getting to the documents and medication portion. So first up, obviously going to be our passports. Do not forget these. We did last time and had to have my mom ship them to us. It was a little pricey, a little stressful. We got it done, but bring these with you, please. Next up, of course, your wallet with your ID, your state ID, right? That should come with you everywhere, no brainer. Next up is gonna be medication, right? Bring any medication that you might need, but the most important medication that you're gonna need or potentially need could be anti-nausea, right? There's a ton of different ways you can do this. You can do Dramamine, you can do some smelling salts, you can do the acupuncture wristband, the patch behind the ear. With the patch behind the ear and the wristband, make sure you put them on before you get on board though, otherwise they're not gonna work properly. Those are really the main things you need to think about, and although some stuff is pretty self-explanatory, I felt the need to share it with you guys because we forgot it at times as well.
And with that, we are ready for travel.
Let's go.
Yes.
We hope this was informative for you guys, maybe give you some tips. Make sure to like, comment down below any hacks you might have, and don't forget to subscribe. We will catch you when we're in the middle of the Atlantic, baby. See ya.
Bye.